Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Legend of Our Sacrifice, Geek Pride's 5th edition D&D campaign. Tonight, as always, we have Danny as Glandra Ravenstar. We have Michael as Tharaval.
Hi, guys.
We have Wes as Valashul Nostius.
Hey, everyone.
We have Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Evening all.
We have Mark as Lance. We have Pete as Draken.
Evening, everyone.
Okay, so it was going to be a relatively tame downtime, but as we've all learned from downtime in this group, it doesn't generally go that way. Basically, they had a treasure. We found a treasure room. They've established they've killed the main sort of kind of vampire. They set a trap for the sort of vampiress, the vampire who was sort of kind of orchestrating everything. Left it in her sarcophagus for her to sort of kind of walk into. Walk into. So they basically put like holy water and some stakes and stuff like this and stuck it in the sarcophagus, closed the sarcophagus off and buggered off. They defeated her in the treasure room. She went off as she would. You heard some screams. The belief was that she was defeated. And they went about looking at all the riches that were around them. Now, within this time, in downtime, and you can read about it in our Discord chat. So if you're on Discord, give it a read. It's all there. But a long story short is there is a lot of gold and stuff around, but under it's only the sort of kind of upper strata, the sort of kind of lower parts are like the corpses and the bones of the victims of these beasts that have been infecting this land. The vampires have basically been feeding on this area for quite a while. Now, they have found while searching the room, they found a bag, and within this bag there was a jade plate with the name Nostius on it. And for all of you who are paying attention, that is our paladin's name. Within said bag, there was a few totems, a dark and a light sort of kind of dragon that seemed to fit together in a sort of yin and yang sort of thing. You had some herbs, you had a notebook, a few vials. The notebook had basically two sets of writing in it. There was the first one, which seemed to be all in the sort of draconic language. There was lots of glyphs and runes and sort of. It looked like it potentially could have been a diary initially, and then has moved on to whatever it was. And then at the end, it looked like something that was sort of common. It was in a common tongue, but it was a different handwriting, and it was something slightly. It didn't make sense. It could be read, but it didn't make much sense. What we've established is that the notebook originally belonged to Val's mother, and Val's mother. There's a long story basically that we RP'd at the weekend on the Discord channel. You can read it. And she basically fell in love with a celestial being. They had a child, being Val. The local inhabitants weren't overly keen on this union, and one night, after sort of 2 or 3 years of their sort of in the area, the sort of kind of local village had enough of the situation and attacked. Both of them basically defended their homestead and saw off the villagers. One of them, while sort of kind of retreating from the scene, has basically flicked his bow and hit Val's father in the neck, killing him. Now, Val's father gave up his immortality to be with this human druid wife and sort of have their child and look after them. And so he dies in her arms. This sort of awakens this primal darkness within Val's mother, who proceeds to basically go kind of Draken, goes a bit blood crazed, and she annihilates the village. She goes down and she basically kills everything there, man, woman, child, and obliterates it. She's only sort of kind of snapped out of her sort of her rage and her sort of depression and sort of sorrow, because a very young Val sort of comes and says, father won't wake up. And he's standing there with his little wooden sword sort of on his own, and that sort of kind of breaks his mother out of it. She sort of comes back and then provides she realizes that she can't be around him. He's not going to be safe around her. And as much as she loves him, she can't have that. So she breaks a celestial seal, which brings down the Battle Angel Azrael, who some may know from one of our other episodes, and a few other celestials, who basically take Val and bring him to their plane. She basically says to him before he goes, remember your father. You might forget me, but remember your father. And that's it. She kisses him on the cheek, and that's it. There's a bit more in the story that basically talks about how she, later a dark-haired lady who has been apparent throughout this through the series, has visited her and basically said, you've got a lot of power. You've got a lot of, you've got a lot within you. Why don't you give yourself to me? And you can have your husband back. You can have your child back. I'll give them to you. All you need to do is submit to me, which she refuses. And she says, I'm not going to do this anymore. I refuse to fight anymore. I'm not fighting anymore. I am a healer. I'm therefore, I'm not going to. It doesn't matter. I love my child too much to sort of deal with this, and I'm not going to. So the black-haired lady, the dark-haired lady, just says, I will have your soul one way or another, and she scratches her on the face and then leaves. Then that's it. Sort of the interpretation of the book basically is just sort of medicine, healing spells and things like that. This is told to Val. Val obviously is quite taken aback by this whole thing. He hasn't, as far as he was aware, his mother was, dead. He couldn't remember. He couldn't remember his mother. And so that was a bit of a big shock to his system. He then, what else did we do? What did we do after that? You read there was the book, the additional part of the book, which looked like it was in common. Tharaval turns around and says, well, that looks like thieves' cant. And he sort of looks through it and realizes that within this book is a what was the name of the thief?
Markov.
Yeah, Markov. He's basically a thief who'd been working in this area prior to the infestation of the vampires, and had been robbing people, had been sort of siphoning off money, and the mayor had been complicit in this. And there's a list, and it has Micah Dumfries was his second name. Is that Micah? Yep. Micah Dumfries, who was one of the soldiers who died at the Battle of Silkside, and Sir Tristan, who was trying to find his parents so he could give them a letter from their dying son. It basically got given a location. It sort of mentions that, this place, and it sort of mentions something about a witch as well. And that's pretty much that. Apart from that, they've established that there's copious amounts of gold there. They've established that there's some other nice little trinkets and things too when they've had a quick search. Pardon me. And Draken and Lance, both of whom were knocked down. Now everybody leveled up, but there was a bit of interpretation in the rules that you get max. You increases your max hit points. It doesn't increase your hit points. You've got to heal, and they didn't heal.
Interpretation of Roll20.
Yeah,
An interpretation of the rules.
Yeah. So basically, they carried on and did their thing. So they went back to the crypt. I made them sort of roll perception, and then I made them roll survival. Now, they perceived that there was something up, but then because of their survival roll was so low, they carried on doing what they were going to do. And the sarcophagus that they were opening up, just to make sure that the vampire was dead, explodes on them. So they open it up. It's kind of like backdraft. Whatever sort of power and fire and sort of evil that was in that sort of basically erupts out, and the room effectively explodes, knocking both of them up against the wall. And they were left. The last thing that they see before they go down is a figure standing at the wall, and that's basically where we left it.
Very hence my
Blair Witch.
And also, just to add, Draken has been freed from the curse.
Draken has been freed from the curse, yes. And yes, so
We have a new joiner.
Greetings!
so
It is, isn't it?
I was right.
What the fuck is going on?
Thirds.
So I'm going to have to move some things around here. So yes, the last thing you see...
You bastard.
The last thing that you see is a...
Lieutenant Thorhid Steelguard.
Right, let me move these things around.
No wonder he was like having a go at me for like not being on a stream on time, and they're like, "Why the fuck do you care?"
So, yeah. So he, well, let's do it. I'll tell you what. Tharid Steelguard. If any of you's watched our one shot, you'll understand who Tharid Steelguard is. If you haven't, then check out the Music of Silence, because that's the first thing we did. But there we go. So Tharid, I'm going to let you sort of explain what you've walked into, what you've done, and what you're doing, basically.
So, I don't know whether you can see or hear me.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
I can't see you.
You just fine.
Excellent. I've received, well, the Order's received a letter from a previous trainee of the Order, Lance. And basically, over the past few weeks, I've been following the adventurers, trying to make out whether Lance has been corrupted to effectively pull troops away from the front. The Order can't have this. And as I have decided that he's not corrupted, nor his companions. I'd like to know why. He'd like to remove our troops from the front, where the corruption is most potent.
And so what are you doing? You've basically come through, you've heard this explosion, you've seen these two, including Lance, who you know of, and you've met briefly. Again, if you saw the end of the Music of Silence, you'll know where Lance sort of came into that sort of story arc. So what are you doing? What's the you've seen these two basically blown up. The room's on fire. What are you doing?
Well, I'd like to basically perceive the room for any more traps, if that's all right, before I take a step into the room, and because I've just witnessed the explosion. I don't really want to.
Let me just give you make sure that you've got access to Tharid, who is Badunk. There you go.
Cool.
Here you are, Tharid.
Trying to find myself. Sorry, I obviously just joining.
Just looking at Danny's face here.
Did you know,
Right.
Danny? Did you know?
What, I didn't. I did think it was weird that he was like hurrying me on to get on the stream because I was making Oscar's cake. So come on, you're keeping people waiting, and I'm like, well, shut the fuck up. I just
Well,
thought
you're keeping me waiting.
I just thought it was because he was interested in like the gripping storyline we were about to do that he's been talking to you about all week. But apparently it's not even that. The fact that he's fucking joining the game.
Oh, I'm here now.
Yeah, so he's standing in the doorway, or he started the explosion. He's come running in, and you've got these two extremely battered, travelers, not travelers, adventurers, unconscious on the floor, effectively.
Okay, so I just need. Sorry, the Roll20 is proper convoluted. I got avatars everywhere. I can't even see the screen. I'm playing on work laptop. Oh, after seeing what happened to you two, I want to know if there's any more traps in this room before I continue. I've seen your training has paid off, young Lance. They ought to trained you well to avoid traps, mostly, I see.
Young.
You're unconscious, by the way, Lance, so he's
just talking to himself.
He's just talking to himself. Roll his perception, then.
Yep. I'm ready. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did the first time. No, you're not aware. The room's on fire. That's as much as you sort of
Is the fire close to me? Can I get to them? Can I perceive that there's a clear route to them?
Yes, you can. It's you're going to have to do some dexterity checks for me.
What, acrobatics or athletics? Or anything?
Yeah, just give me an.
Okay, can I roll athletics because that comes off strength?
No, you give me a dex save because you're trying to dodge. You're trying to dodge. You get disadvantage because you're in plate.
It'll be acrobatics would be to get to them, and then it would be athletics to pull them out.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Okay. Is there an option to leave them, considering I'm -1 acrobatics?
Dwarf's not going to be very acrobatic.
Yeah,
he can stay low to the ground.
Yeah, that's true.
So you should get
okay,
advantage.
Yeah, I'll give you. There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
Acrobatic. Oh, that wasn't that disadvantage. Okay.
Alright, runs into the flame and dies.
Okay.
Softest character ever.
Kentucky Fried Dwarf.
Oh, actually, that being said, our dex saves at disadvantage when you're in plate.
Sorry, I just lost connection in a second.
I think they already put advantage on them, don't they? If you're wearing it, it puts you.
No, it's not. So basically, because he's in plate mail, I think. Oh, it's towards all stealth checks, isn't it? Or is it all dexterity? Or
I think it's stealth checks because it clanks.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's only stealth. I think
heavy armor interferes with the warrior's ability to move quickly, stealthily, and freely. If the armor table shows strength 13 in the strength column for an armor type, the armor reduces wearer's speed by 10 feet unless the wearer has a strength score equal to or higher than the listed. So he's got full plate, is it?
Yeah, he's got full plate.
Yeah. I'm a beast.
Disadvantage stealth.
Okay, so as you've passed, okay, so you sort of kind of, there's bits of timber and sort of kind of, fiery timber firing around you. You sort of kind of get out of the way towards these two who are lying on the ground. Give me a strength test. Who dragging out first?
Strength or athletics? I don't think it really matters, does it?
Yeah, just they're based on strength. Yeah. Okay.
There you go, big boy.
Right, so you grab. Who you going first? Who you taking out first?
Who's furthest away?
Draken.
I'd take them, please.
Okay, so you grab Draken, and you sort of drag him out into the corridor. So give us another dex to get back in to get Lance. That is a fail. You take
slap in the face with the ceiling.
You take 4 damage.
That's not a crit fail, though, is it? Do you not? Do you only take?
You 4 damage.
Okay, then. That's fine, I guess.
Okay.
No arguing with the DM.
Oh, don't start that now. I'll divorce you before we're married.
Okay. So you get hit. Give me another dex.
All right, so I'll just keep Dex until I'm dead, yeah?
Well, unless
As long as I'm not dead, that's all I'm worried about.
give me a dex.
We dwarves are wasted on acrobatics. Jake?
Yeah.
I'll take another 4 damage for the team. Lance,
Very
I'll get to you. I promise I'm on my way.
And
Just
you take
give me a
another,
minute.
You take another 3 damage.
Oh, fuck it. I'm coming for you, Lance.
Okay, the rest of you, while he's doing this, actually, sorry, both of you need to give me a death save, by the way.
Constitution, isn't it?
No, a death save.
No, it's actually the death save. It's
you need to give me a death save.
Okay.
You're succeeding. Yeah.
Just under your
Oh,
hit
that's it
points, mate.
before. Right, cheers, thank you. Right, okay.
You're a success as well. That's okay. All right. So, Tharad, you've taken a bit of damage from falling debris and stuff, but you get over to Lance as well. Give me an acrobat. A
Athletics.
athletics. Yeah. So you trail him. You trail him out as well, to sort of kind of relative safety. Now, do you have any sort of healing kits or anything to stabilize them?
Just having a look now.
You don't need a healing kit to. Well, basically a healing kit does it automatically. Otherwise, you can roll medicine, and if you
I
succeed,
might
then
have to. I don't actually have anything for. No, I don't carry anything. Explorers. What's in an explorer's pack? Is there health med kits in that? Health
No,
kits?
I don't think
no,
so.
there isn't, is there?
No, that's more like food tins and
Uh,
Ropes, pythons, things like that.
I'll roll a medicine just to see if I can patch them up, stabilize them. Which I can't. I think I've just killed someone.
Yeah, you've made things slightly worse. Okay, so roll a. I'll roll. Wait a minute. I'll roll d6. 1, 2, 3. It's Lance. 4, 5, 6. It's Draken.
Jesus.
That counts
1,
as a
2.
failed
So
death save.
it's Lance. You get an automatic fail on your death saves, Lance.
oh god,
Uh,
the kiss of death.
Right. So the rest is right. While this is happening, so
Him in the face while he's landing
you've
on it.
heard this. You've heard this explosion going on. What are you doing?
Why am I
are they
blue?
within shouting distance?
I'm going to stop navigating my way back.
Yeah, so I think
So Sir Tristan basically, he basically, and from the chat, he's basically said, I have no interest in this gold. He hears about Micah family where he's going to go, and he's about to leave, and that's when the explosion happens. So he's effectively starting to
Mine's
leave.
blue. My little token's blue for some reason. Don't know why.
Because you're over your health, over your max health, I think. For some reason, I don't know.
No, I'm just on my normal.
Yeah.
After leveling.
So, yeah, it'll take you what we'll say 2 turns. We'll say it'll take you 2. If are you all going towards the sound of the explosion, or somebody staying behind?
Thomas is going.
Yeah, I think after obviously seeing them two leave and then hearing the explosion, I think we'd fairly all just go.
Okay, so
Just ensuring that Tristan is actually coming with us. He's not going to sneak off or anything like.
Sir Tristan hears the explosion goes too as well. All right. So both of you give me another death save.
Please don't get ones. Ooh.
Another success for Lance. That's a hit dice there, Draken. That is not a death
wrong
save.
Oh, it's alright.
Quit hitting yourself. Quit
That's
hitting
your-
yourself. One
That's your
failed.
first fail. All right. Okay. Tharad, you've got another chance to try and revive these guys. Who you trying to revive?
I don't think that's a good idea.
To be fair, it's a DC 10,
I think
so you've got a 50-50 chance. It's a DC 10.
No.
If he gets, he can't come in and be responsible for killing off 2 players. Like,
That's how you get a reputation.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
just-
is.
Bear with me a sec. I'm trying to.
let's see if you've got.
You've literally been thrown into the deep end of a pool of lava here.
Yeah,
Okay, he's wearing armor.
we dwarves are.
Very dangerous over short distances.
Still only counts as one, though.
Did you watch that yesterday?
Still only counts as one.
And only counts as one.
I'm just trying to, because like, as a healer, I'm pretty useless.
Quick.
Can I, if I take my bedroll, can I slice bits off it and get an advantage on a medicine save and to make a tourniquet of some sort? Will you give me advantage?
Because the medicine is your understanding of medicine. You just cutting up strips isn't going to help you in any situation. Your medicine roll is how you understand how to sort of heal people.
If you get a bad medicine roll and you slice bits of the medicine off the thing, you end up stuffing them up Dragon's nose, so he can't breathe and he chokes on them or something.
Probably. Well, this is the thing, you see. But being a lieutenant of the Morning Star, I would assume that I wouldn't know how to heal, but I would know how to stabilize, because it would be a standard soldier's training to be able to stabilize a wounded soldier.
Yeah, but that's
Except
sort of.
I'm a construct and he's a dragonborn,
Yeah.
so not standard soldiers.
Do you want to die?
I'm
just roll me medicine, or I'm going to make them roll a death save again.
Fine, no problem.
Well, I've
Right.
already done 3 because you made me do a fail, and I've had 2 successes.
Okay, so
I've rolled.
yeah, so you haven't been able to stabilize them. Draken, give us
I
another.
said this.
Give me another save, Draken. Don't get a 1. Your success. All right. Okay. All right. So one more for Mark.
As I said, you made me do a fail, and I've had 2 successes. So I've
Yeah.
actually done 3 death saves.
I know, but that's because Tom gave you an automatic fail for a fucked up medicine roll.
Okay, but I've also done 2 death saves, which were both successes, and I have a fail. So any
You
more I
need-
do, I'll just be doubling up.
No.
You need 3 successes to stabilize.
In total.
Okay.
Stabilize.
Stabilize.
So you sort of kind of Lunt sort of comes round with this sort of plate armored sort of dwarf, sort of umming and eyeing, trying to sort of slapping him around the face and sort of kind of not understanding how to sort of deal with the mechanics of this thing. He's sort of like wake up, and prodding him with his axe and stuff.
I wave him away from me. I was like, for God's sake, I'm alive. Stop trying to take bits off. I'm quite attached to them.
I'd be very, very careful how you speak to a lieutenant of the Morning Star, Woodman, considering you've just blown yourself up with your own trap.
Well, can I point out that I don't belong to the Morning Stars? I'm simply trying to help you, and you should be more than aware of that. I'm an ally.
I might
You don't actually have authority over me.
I might
I've
bring
had a
into the
really
fact that you
bad
sent the
day.
letter to the Morning Star. I'm here to help you, boy.
But
Oh my God! Come here.
don't pick the fight right now. I've had a bad day.
We
It's
dwarfs
getting
are
worse.
natural fighters. But anyway, moving on. We press on. You're alive. Let's save the lizard.
All right. Okay, Draken, your final. Give us a roll before somebody turns up and tries to sort of stabilize. Your
Gonna
last
be
one.
one, isn't it?
Don't get a 1.
Okay. I don't plan it, but you never know with these dice.
Failed.
Ooh, okay. Okay. At this point in time, everybody sort of kind of piles round the corner and sees sort of sees sees a dwarf that they've never met before and a downed Lance arguing with each other, and Draken sitting there, bleeding out effectively and being ignored.
I just turn around and say, "Can someone please sort Draken out before this idiot kills him?"
How like I'm assuming he's like very close to death right now. So let me
Yeah.
just find my most stop deathly thing that I've got.
Heal all is nice.
See, Revivify is when you like
Lizard life.
are you technically dead now? Like,
No, he's dying.
He's dying.
bleeding
One
out.
more- one
bleeding
more.
out, basically.
One more death save, Phil. He is literally dead. You know.
Oh well, just use your healer's kit.
Do you have any? Do you have?
I've
any
got a
visuals?
healer's kit.
Oh,
I've got a healer's kit. I've got a healer's kit.
Okay, so you use your healer kit on him, and he sort of.
but there you go.
Stand aside. I know medicine.
There you go. But touch a just living creature that's got 0 hit points.
Right.
There we
Okay.
go, yeah.
As you sort of, you bandage this thing, but you notice that the chamber they've come from is filling with smoke. The corridor is starting to fill with smoke. There's a fire going on in the room, and it's spreading.
I think we need to leave.
Oh, we could put it out. We could put it out before it brings the whole council down with us.
Oh god. Too late.
All you just need to give me a dexterity save.
No.
Including me.
Everybody.
Come on with the dex, man. Are you joking?
Danger sense.
I've got advantage with
Hey.
or what's
Might
the
highlight
ring of
this -1 here.
Thomas eats the wall.
Okay, so
One dead was
you get advantage, don't you, Draken, because of danger sense?
Yep, so 20. Yeah, crit.
Uh,
Rain is pouring.
right.
Fire's gone out.
Right. So, yeah. Before we do this, so Tom, you take.
Lieutenant Steelguard, you mean?
Sorry, Lieutenant Steelguard. You take 12 damage as a big supporting post from the room falls on you.
or a stick
Yeah.
to a normal person.
Lance, you sort of dodge out of the way. Where Val, you're out of the way. Unfortunately, you get hit as well. So
I stand at a modest
10
3-foot
10
9.
damage for you, Thomas, and the rest of you, the rest is you.
Given
Rest is move out of the way.
Given Draken's it's a critical success for that to kind of grab Thomas as well to get him out the way.
No, it's just you out of thing, and you're not beside Thomas. Thomas is sort of you're in a sort of kind of narrow corridor. So now, Galandra, you said you were casting water. You're creating water.
You can't see it.
You can't see where you're pushing it. It's got to be in the.
Well, obviously we've all just piled in, but I touched Draken to make him not die. So I'm assuming I'm going to be further on in the lineup. We just kind of all piled in. And
Yeah. Okay. So you're moving around and you're sort of using your rain to sort of put out the flames.
Your brain, bitch.
Okay. All right. So you sort of cast your spell, and the fire. Starts to go out. Okay, so fire's sort of slowly going out as it starts to rain on the area. One more.
Quick question: what experience has everybody got? Because I just shoved mine up to what I to.
23,000.
3,000.
Yeah.
That's maybe why I was blue. I've got 130.
Yeah. Yeah. 20. So, yeah, the fire reignites. It's starting to burn again.
Some shit water.
Let's
Supernatural ignition.
So, what are you doing? Bear in mind,
What is the source ignition?
it was just the explosion from
The
the fire.
We
Yeah,
broke a vampire and opened up the. We broke a vampire and we opened up the sarcophagus to make sure she was dead. Apparently, she's a very full loser.
The whole room exploded and caused fire plus gas, which is why it's all just
sore loser.
Explosion is a temporary. It's instant. It doesn't keep going. It's just.
Yeah, but it set the room on fire.
You set the room on
What
fire.
are we at this room for? Is there anything we need to take from it?
I knew we looted this room previously.
We were making sure that the vampire that we terminated had been ended by the traps we set.
He's still rolling.
Okay,
I
Tharabol's making his way for the stairs
Yeah.
and bringing the
Yeah,
Nick with
I
him.
would suggest that we leave now
Agreed.
and
I'm
let
out.
the damn place burn for the moment. Do
As
we
you
want to
wish.
do we want to leave the basement or do we want to return to the other chamber?
I think we want to go and get some loot, don't we?
Well, that was my point.
I assumed we had collected that. Well, what
No.
we
Nope.
had. No? Okay.
You've basically you haven't been in there that long. You've done some searching. You kind of got you've got very little. You don't have any sort of kind of gold or anything. You don't have any sort of the fire is sort of currently localized in and around that area. So once you move out of the way,
is this whole maze made out of stone, or like is it?
it's stone, but would it
Okay.
have like sort of wooden
Matt.
wooden rafters? Yeah,
Can I?
You
pick
see the
up that
entrance
chest?
to the room?
yeah.
The entrance to the room, right? Can I roll a strength
Yeah.
check? And I'm assuming the blast has maybe rocked the wall. Maybe the wall's weaker. Can I roll a strength to knock it and keep and contain the flame
You can try.
behind like a roll of stone?
Yeah, if you want to.
Hold on. I need to
Want
make
advantage? Jack can help.
Yeah, okay. You can have advantage
Yeah,
with Dragon's help.
so you, hold on a second.
Why is this not showing up?
I can't remember where to click. It's not saving throws, isn't it? Well, just
it's
No,
just
click on strength.
Just click
oh,
on
it's a tiny word, isn't it? Yeah. Oh,
That's it.
Jesus
No.
Christ.
So you sort of hammer
Hold
at
on.
you hammer at it and nothing happens. Are you staying for another go or are you?
Yeah, I want to go again. That's fair.
21.
Okay, so before that happens, some more fit falls on both of you. So give me dexterities to see if you can dodge out of the way.
Oh god damn it!
You'll
Ah!
Hey,
Yep.
No.
All right.
Nice. I got a nat 20 -1.
And Draken's okay as well with his distinct, so he's all right. He's all right with his advantage because he's got danger sense. Okay, so you hit the wall with the help of Draken, and sort of the masonry sort of crumbles in and sort of kind of blocks up. There's still smoke and stuff kind of piling through the. It's piling through,
hey.
but it's sort of kind of contained it slightly. Now you are aware that there are wooden rafters and stuff above you, and they will catch fire very soon. So
Hold on, can I
single-handedly try to stop
Can I
a
do
maze fire.
this with advantage because I've got mason's tools with and
why with advantage?
Because he's got you have proficiency in it, does he?
I'm proficient in mason's tools, and I've also got stone cunning, which only tells me what the type of stone is, but it would give me advantage to working with it. Maybe can I rock up some quick stone supports for these beams so that when they do go,
Yeah, Jack can
when
help lend
underneath
some
it.
muscle.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you sort of kind of shore up the walls with your mason's tools to sort of make sure it's sort of thing. Again, there's wooden supports and stuff above you, and the fire will get there.
But it's given us some more time to kind of get around without weakening the maze and it coming down elsewhere.
Yep. That it's giving you a bit more time to sort of decide what you're doing. So
Are we going back
Are-
to the treasure room?
Are the chests we found earlier movable?
you can
The
try
ones that have
and
the
move
keys in,
them.
you mean?
Yeah. Like this one here. Do you want me to roll strength
Yeah.
to see if-
Roll me a strength check.
I'll come and help.
Yep. Okay. So you sort of, with both of you, sort of manage to sort of kind of drag it. It moves.
and try and take it to the treasure room.
Okay. So give me another strength test.
What's it made out of?
Well, it's, these things are quite heavy, aren't they?
Oh,
Okay. So it stops sort of kind of half. It is quite heavy, so it stops halfway there.
Me and Jack can give it a go.
Yeah,
You could see us struggling and be like, on the side.
Well, we were just round the corner. We've just come back from securing that.
Yeah, you'd have
raft
advantage. You
that's-
have advantage. It's fine. It's all right. You've got it. So you move it through into the sort of into the treasure room. There are pits in the way though. To sort of navigate this with a heavy object, you'll need to give me a
I am
dexterity.
a heavy object.
Yeah, or a heavy object. So you need to give me
I'll roll
Oh.
because I've got slightly better dexterity.
roll dexterity then.
Yeah.
Where are we going in here?
Yep.
Just
Okay. So
right.
you managed to sort of manage to bring the sort of chest with you, to sort of do as you wish with it. So there is a substantial
boys.
amount
Fill the chest.
of gold and stuff there. What else did I say there was in the room?
So there's 50,000 copper pieces, 25,000 silver, 14,000 gold, 450 platinum, 60 gems worth 100 gold each. I'm assuming that's what it was.
Yeah.
60 electrum, a cloak of protection, but we never verified whether that was a
separate
new
one.
one or a separate one from the one that Lance already had. There's a potion of clairvoyance, a potion of strength, a bead of force, a mug that seems to cool beverages, a crystal ball, a swirling mist of some sort within it, a large dory spear with a large
Which
weighted
I've
pommel.
grabbed. 'Cause I'm seeing it around.
And then some personal effects from dolls to portraits to lockets and more. That's it.
And there's
So
a
we
load,
focus on
there
the
was a load of
election
gold.
and
There was a lot of gold as well, didn't I say?
Yes, 14,000 gold.
Yeah, 14,000
Yep.
gold.
yeah, we focus on like the high value stuff.
Yep.
Skip the copper,
Right.
skip silver.
Thomas is going to cast. How heavy is this chest?
It took
It,
four of
This
us.
thing can't be massively heavy if 2 people can lift it.
yeah, 2 people can lift it. You know, it's quite cumbersome, but when it's going to be full of gold, which is quite heavy, it's going to be quite heavy.
How much can we all carry without actually it hindering us moving?
But it depends what you've got on you already.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wrote my theory on that one. I could lift on.
Can you give me a actually Thomas give me a give me
Delivery of donuts.
give me an investigation roll.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Is there any ink in this room?
Spills ink all over the gold.
I know. You know, no, that's all right. I'm not going to give you a disadvantage on it. It's just you were sort of looking at something and you don't understand what it is. Okay, that's fine.
Thomas is raging inside. It doesn't know what it is.
He-
Oops, sorry.
He's gonna have a hissy fit in the corner in a minute.
Steelguard is wondering what we're doing here. Why are we on a treasure hunt? What purpose was the letter to the order if we're just hunting treasure? Why is Lance sent a letter to
Steelguard.
the order asking for
So God.
troops when we're
As
on a treasure hunt?
These
As
questions
them-
these questions can wait until after.
As
But we-
detailed in my letter, we're trying to set up an outpost to diffuse the influence of the corruption around here. We came looking to aid a fallen comrade, who
Sir-
you can see here, my comrade the knight,
Sir Tristan.
and Sir Tristan.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we were waylaid by some rather unfortunate vampires. But one of the things that we're trying to do at the moment is we're trying to find resources to build up the keep at Camber Ford, to train forces, and to establish intelligence operations to keep an eye on what the corruptions are up to. So, my appeal was if we could get a couple of people moved across to help with the training and observation as we're building this up, so that we can try and diffuse any other attempts they may make to
So you-
shift attention to this area from the main front, or to open up a new front, which they were trying very hard to before we defeated them, that could cause us to end up with fifth column in the rear.
And you're building a treasure hoard for this outpost.
We're seeking some treasure because the outpost itself was wrecked. and so we're rebuilding it. We have some contributions from different areas, so we can use resources to help to build that up in order to make it a more effective outpost.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Sir Tristan, he is he basically says what he said before. He says this is not our gold. This belonged to the people of this town and the surrounding areas before has been taken. We should not be keeping this for our own gain. I will take what I need to fix my weapons and my armor and to aid the Dumfries. But that is all.
We're not seeking to take all of it, Sir Tristram, but we are seeking to take enough that we can at least defray our own damages and make some small investments in an attempt to shore up the defences of the entire area and all of the islands as we move forward, so that we don't have to worry about things such as this happening again.
Sir Tristan says, "Do as you wish," and he starts to sort of says, "I thank you for the rescue. I am forever in your debt, but I must deliver this letter. I must see if the Dumfries are safe. It is my oath."
When you have served your oath, should you so wish, you are always welcome at Camberford, and there will always be a place there for you should you need one. He
gives you a salute and proceeds to start walking out the door.
Tharival stops him and says, I will join you, Sir Tristan. I made a promise to you. I'm not going to break it again.
And he says, your present is welcome, brother. And he pats you on the shoulder.
So Tharival's going to grab whatever coin he can, which is about 3,300 of coin in general. So if he maybe takes that from the gold.
Yeah, I can carry about £150, so I don't know how much that is in coin.
Well, can I
it's a
suggest-
Well, I've just worked. I basically just took it upped my coin amount until it said I was overweight, and about 3,300 is my max.
Okay.
So
Okay, so
whatever we want to take with us,
Don't have to look
we
it up.
can-
you're not
we
going to
can
be very
shove-
you're not going to be able to be very specific with it because it's going to be all mingled around and stuff. So you can roll me. So roll me a. We need a percentile dice. So roll me a D100.
hold on.
So 43% of it is gold. Roll me another one. And the rest is silver.
What about the platinum and?
Well, it's over 100% there. So if it had been lower rolls, so you've basically got 40%, 43% of it is gold. You know, I could say like, all right, I'd say you can have 35% in gold, 45 in silver, and the rest can be in platinum.
It's all going to be down to what we're able to carry in total.
Is
It's
that,
going to be quite
that
a.
for all of us, or do we have to roll percentile each for that?
I think we probably end up rolling each, won't we?
Yeah, you're going to have to percentile it because again, it's all mixed around. You don't have, you can spend time. In the end, if you want to stay here and do it, but I'm just saying that the place is probably going to catch fire, and I'm going to start rolling dice for stuff.
Right.
So the longer you stay,
Okay, I'm literally just grabbing what coin I can. So
Yeah.
I don't like. How do you want to work that out?
Well, if you
Do you
do,
want
if you figure a weight, and then we can back estimate it
Yeah.
based on the weight of
Work
things.
it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Nah.
I'll just fill what we can.
Question on a spell. If we fill the chest with all the coins we can fit in it, and I cast reduce on that chest, does it reduce the chest and everything in it, or just the chest itself?
what's the wording of the spell?
Bear with me. I'll chuck it in the debris.
I can't. I need to. set up a. You cause a creature object that you can see within range to grow larger or smaller. It's choose either a creature or an object that is either worn or carried. Target is unwilling. It may constitute.
Everything it is wearing or carrying changes size with it.
Yep. So I'd say everything within it sort of shrinks
Show
down.
everything we can in the chest, and I'll shrink it so that it weighs an eighth of what it should weigh.
That's clever.
Oh, genius. All the gold.
You're gonna probably be able to get another person's worth of gold in the chest.
Which person? I can guarantee I can carry more gold than Thomas can.
I'd say the strongest of you it's going to carry a fair bit, but bear in mind if you're all way down, and you're carrying this, you're going to overcumber yourself. So
Hold on, I've got another plan. I'm now going to put down one of those and put the chest on it.
Before we fill it.
Very good.
Wow.
Very
Magic
good.
people.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
I told you it'd
Brilliant.
be useful eventually.
Yeah.
When I multipass as a wizard, I'll become Thomas's apprentice.
Okay.
Considering he's becoming a necromancer, that could become quite complex when you went back to the when you went back to your order.
Paladin.
Okay, so you're taking all the items, and you're taking the bag, Val's mother's bag. You're taking the spear. You're taking the cloak. You're taking the what else were the potions?
Force.
You're taking the potions.
Yeah.
Weren't any? Oh yeah, sorry, there were potions.
Yeah,
You're taking the potions.
We'll just divvy up stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone just kind of grab what they can.
Yeah. So based on my encumbrance and my max carriage, I'm going to grab about £90, and that will leave me about £20 light on my max encumbrance. So do I need to do percentile dice for that then?
Yep, gives a percentile, and that's sort of kind of your share of what it's going to be. So most 88% of it's gold. The rest of it is roll me it again, just in case if it's low, then I'll give you.
Let's help if I don't move the dice at the wrong time or move my cursor at the wrong time.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just say the rest is silver. You can have, the rest is silver.
I'll do the same. So 59% gold.
Do we grab the gems as well?
I love the way it's like sort of rounding up to 100
Ish.
ish.
Yep. Okay, so same thing. So you've got sort of piles of gold and silver. If you want copper and stuff, you can substitute that in. But I'm assuming you want the more expensive stuff. So the gems and things as well. By the way, it's just sort of. I suppose that's going into the chest.
Yeah.
So this cloak of protection, is it a separate one to the one last?
Yeah, it is a separate one. Yes.
I think we need to drape that around Thomas so that he tries not to die quite so often.
That's one of the two that got blown up.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
I'm trying to think how many times you've been downed. I'm trying to think who's got the current down. Who's been downed?
I think
the
I've
most?
4 now. Oh no, I've probably gone a couple more before that.
You got downed by a spider.
You're the hardest to heal, though.
That's
Yeah.
the thing,
Being
isn't
a
it?
construct and all, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right, I have plans.
It's all right. I've got mason's tools now. If there's any bits of stone on you, I can just recarve you.
Unfortunately, I'm wood.
I bet you are, big boy.
You can carve Galandra and Steelguard forever on him.
No, Galandra
That
like
could have unfortunate effects.
Galandra like tall bald men or women.
You'll see me dead before you see me wed an elf.
Who said anything about weddings?
So, Thomas, you're all filling the chest. You're sticking on the floating disc. Give me a. Are you throwing all the gems in there?
Yep.
So you're throwing all. Was it 300 of them? Was it?
Was that
60.
60 at 100 gem gold each?
Yeah. So you got 60 and. Yeah, so do that, and then roll me a percentile for Other bits and pieces. That's not a percentile.
No, that was me.
Wrong. Yeah,
18,
Tom,
so
not Thomas.
you've got 18% gold. Roll me another one.
Ooh.
45% silver. And the rest is copper.
Not
Keep,
exactly a treasure hound, is he?
yeah, take note of all these things. By the way, take note of your percentages. And
I've
stuff.
actually figured mine out. So it's basically 1,990 gold and then 1,328 silver.
Yep. So the rest of you is make sure you keep your percentiles and stuff.
Okay.
Steelguard, you're perceiving the room, are you?
No, I'm perceiving Galandra.
You're perceiving Galandra.
Yeah, I get a funny feeling about Galandra. Having been around the corruption and seen things in the past, I'm just kind of scoping out Galandra.
Yeah, that's not going to be a perception, is it? That's going to be an insight, isn't it? I think maybe.
I can roll you an insight if you want.
Yeah, roll me insight.
There you go. Tell me how evil she is.
Yeah, so
You smell it.
you can
Will
tell.
just be what you're looking at.
You sort of kind of look at Galandra and you get this sort of feeling, you've seen corrupted people before in your sort of the battles and stuff you've seen how it sort of taints people, and you get that impression that it's not fully there, but you feel like there's something in there.
That's all you're giving me on a crit. On a nat 20.
Yeah, that's all you're getting.
No chance.
Bear in
Okay,
mind,
I've
you're
rolled
just-
an insight on Thomas. There's something.
You're not seeing
Bizarre.
on Thomas.
You just don't like elves, that's what it is.
Well, considering how
He's an
tall
elf.
is Galandra? 7'9".
Bloody hell.
He's just
7 foot. She's a tall elf, isn't she?
I'm 6
Elves
foot.
aren't that tall.
Oh, they're normal
They're
size.
sort of human sized, slightly taller
right.
than humans, maybe.
Well,
six
considering I'm like 3 foot something, she keeps standing on top of me. I've seen a lot of Galandra, a lot more than I want.
I'm maybe not wearing anything underneath, but I'm wearing blue.
Well, you're not though, are you? You're just wearing armor with nothing underneath.
Actually, to
We
be
know the
honest,
story.
Galandra, aren't you left all your undergarments in the in Camber Ford? You're currently going
Yeah.
commando.
Yeah.
Horrible.
You left everything so you could carry more gold.
Dirty, filthy elf.
Okay, you
Yeah,
know,
I was just scoping for me. That there's nothing serious.
Yeah.
Steel guards happy enough to move on.
okay. So,
Okay, Jacken can carry 7,500 gold. It's like coins.
right. So roll me a percentile.
Okay.
How are we working this out? What am I supposed to be doing?
Gold coins
I'm letting
weigh
them do it.
50 to a pound. So if you know roughly how much weight you've taken, you can multiply that by 50, divide that by 100.
Wow,
is it you-
Draken takes pretty much
And multiply by the
being a
Gold.
golden dragon, he understands what gold is, and he pretty much everything he takes is gold. So it's all gold.
Chink.
He's
7,500 gold.
I hate maths, but I'm not plugged into.
Els says per Galandra, she must have a really chilly minge.
Ooh.
Nice. Welcome,
So-
by the way. Welcome.
Your carry capacity is 15 times your strength.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually on the thing. It's got total
Yeah.
weight at the bottom of your equipment,
Yeah, it says.
but it
okay.
doesn't. That doesn't basically. If you keep on adding up that until it says over encumbered.
I need you to start making decisions because I'm going to start rolling dice soon.
I
I'm
won't
full
do
in the
this.
chest.
Yeah, I'll just do whatever else is doing, but I don't want to take time sitting working out. So basically, I have done whatever else is doing.
Yeah,
Just-
just roll me a percentile, and we can work it out afterwards and stuff. So
Yeah.
roll me a percentile dice. So 63, Wes gets 63% gold, and the rest is silver.
37, yep.
So make sure you write these down. Thomas, you're taking 51, 5% silver, and the rest is copper.
Lucky Thomas.
Not
No,
the
Val,
chest.
sorry,
Steelguard.
Steelguard. Yeah, so write that down.
I've got. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, write that down. So those are your percent. So basically, you're taking 51%, 5, and then the rest of it's going to be copper.
Do we roll for
Galandra's taking 9% gold.
I rolled one up before, so 37 was my first roll.
Okay, so 37% gold,
Get out.
9% silver.
Do we roll for Sir Tristan as well?
He's just taking literally enough to sort of his, and the rest is copper.
Yep.
So you're taking 51%. 37% gold, 9% is going to be silver, and the rest is just copper.
Okay.
So make sure you make a note of that. Sir Tristan's not overly bothered. He's got enough to sort of, he's got enough for him and for the Dumfries.
Yeah, Archer.
What was it? 51 gold, 5 silver.
No,
and
no,
the rest.
no, 51%. So this
Yeah,
is
I know,
basically
51% gold,
5% silver, and then the rest is copper.
the rest copper.
Yeah.
I've got a picture of ours anyway on my phone, so. Is the Archer carrying the same? Can she do that?
Yeah, she can roll for hers as well. If she wants.
Yeah.
Doesn't the nuke have any little pouches that she can?
No.
No.
So,
Yes.
so the archer's not very good at the whole gold thing.
So
Nanook
8%
picks up a
gold,
bone.
29% of it is silver. What's another one? 49. What's that? 40, 50, 60. Roll us one more because you can take the electrum for anything extra.
Is this included in all the stuff?
And the rest is electrum. So
The rest,
the rest is electrum.
all the items and everything are in the chest. That,
Yeah. So all the items and stuff are in the chest.
And a load more gold. Or a load more coins, sorry.
Classic finders keepers.
These rolls aren't showing up on this thing. I need to add it again for some reason. Window capture.
Okay. Yep, Tharavel's following the dwarf.
Drakken's managed to put all of the stuff in his pockets while being in the middle of a maze.
Yeah. Right, is that it? Have we got the chest and everything and we're ready to move out?
Yeah, the chest is on my floating disc, it follows me.
Okay, cool.
Right, let me just do a.
I'm guessing Tristan will be up with with Tharavel.
Right.
I got him.
Okay, so you take what you can as the sort of building starts to disintegrate above you. You seem to have a thing about setting fire to mansions and lodges that you've just entered.
I'm not done yet. I'm so close to. I'm so far away from done at the moment with this mansion. I have plans for the way out the door.
Okay, so as you sort of kind of make your way out the door, so what are you just going up the stairs and stuff? I'll not sort of go through the different things. Just explain it to me. We'll have to use the theater of the mind. So, what are your as you sort of escape? What are you doing?
Right, so I assume that we've got through the mansion without incident.
Yeah, you got through the maze without incident. Yes.
Right. Okay. So
Gonna
is,
stick
is
this on.
everybody leaving the mansion?
Yep.
Okay. I will take up the rear and be last out the door.
Beg your pardon?
Wait for it.
Yeah, I heard the same.
He means at the back of the queue.
At the way, yes, I will be last out.
Normally my phrase.
Up the rear.
So once everyone's out, I'm
Fireball!
going to put
You
a flaming sphere inside the doorway as far in as I can see,
yeah.
and then stepping far and far and far back, I'm throwing a fireball at the flaming sphere.
Okay, you basically wait for everybody to leave. There's like menials and servants and those who hadn't sort of been, those who are now
Went thralls.
who were thralls, sort of run screaming from the sort of kind of the building as they sort of kind of. In fact, actually, before you do that, roll me a perception.
I was
Just
going to
me.
say, I thought you were going to leave all of the, technically, I wouldn't say innocence, but...
Perception. You do notice that there is there's a crying sort of there's a sort of a crying, former thrall in the
No.
in the house with what looks like a doll in her hand.
Okay.
Landor
Tharible runs
No,
into the
Can
flames.
I roll a
Heal me.
reaction to knock Thomas?
He hasn't, because he's done his. He should have
He's
done
not
his.
cast it.
He should have done his perception
Okay.
first before he's cast it and stuff. So he's seen that. It's up to him if he's cast it. So with that perception roll, seeing that person there,
Right.
are you carrying on?
Can I lasso Tharible?
Does it look anything like the thing that attacked me?
They
Yeah,
all
yeah,
looked
well.
they all looked human. So bar the sort of like the changes and stuff. So
Well, in that case, carry on. I've no idea what or who that is.
so
I've been attacked once already.
Okay, all right. So Thomas goes to basically fireball the house. Tharid, if you want to roll me a perception as well, see if you notice this person too. Actually, Arresty is roll your perception to see if you notice this person as well. Tharival, you notice. Draken, no, nobody else.
What would lasso be
Vishal.
under?
Valishal.
Valishul's Valishul notices that there is a child, and he also notices that Thomas, there's sort of there's literally a fire lit behind his eyes as he starts to he brings his hands back to let forth a fireball.
Can Tharival quickly shout what he sees, whether it's a child or whether it's anything like that?
Yeah, he can.
Can he shout, "Wait, there's a child"? If he sees a child, I don't know what he sees.
Hold fire! Hold fire!
Valishal, heal me quickly.
You're not gonna. Basically, you're gonna have one action here because
What if
he's
it's a flying
effectively
thing?
he's basically mid. He's literally seen this child and carried on. So he is literally the fireball.
Oh, wait, so-
will be loosed
Okay, right.
at the very time. You've noticed the same
Tharibal's
time.
going to react to trip Thomas to break his concentration.
Okay.
So what would that be? Acrobatics or dexterity save?
Yeah, just give me a dexterity. Yeah. So so you see Thomas, we explain to me what you do.
Basically grabs Thomas by the hand and sort of sweeps his legs a little bit just to sort of knock him off balance to break his concentration, but not sort of cause him damage.
Is Fireball a concentration spell, by the way?
Well, all spells will be, won't they? So Flaming Sphere is a concentration spell. Fireball is just an action.
All right, yeah. So it's not a concentration; it's going to go off. It's just it might go off
Okay,
in another direction.
Can I? I
fireballed.
know this might not work. Actually, no. I don't need to roll acrobatics, do I? I can run athletics to jump and basically, before the fireball goes off, can I protect Tharival with my shield so that if it goes off, he takes either reduced damage or no damage?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
There you go. So if it goes off, the shield takes the blunt, and Thomas shouldn't be
Okay,
injured
so
by it.
it goes off. Now you're sort of firing it. You're going to knock him. So there is a group of basically fleeing survivors, running south. There is the person in the the maid and the sort of what seems like a doll in her hand in the house. You have other sort of kind of bystanders, soldiers and stuff milling around to the north. And then obviously there's this big sort of kind of regal looking oak tree to your east. So I need you to roll me.
With the dexterity save, can we sort of include that he's trying to knock his hand upwards into the air?
How specific?
Yes.
Well, that's what basically. If somebody's going to shoot or something like that, you would, do that.
All right. Okay.
Is that going to work? Considering I did just pass that athletics, so I've kind of Tharavol's made the trip. Thomas has gone over, and I've come and shielded Tharavol from whatever direction that fireball goes.
Yeah, but
Because realistically, there's only going to be 5 foot
That
between
depends
us.
on where the fireball goes to and stuff. So,
DM's decision.
where the fireball
Gonna be
goes
a roll.
to. Roll for. Okay, roll me a D10. On a. Okay.
Don't say that one.
On a
Don't say that
1.
That was a mistake. I didn't do it.
But he hadn't said what was what, so
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. So basically, on a 1 to a 6, it is on a 1 to a 6. Sorry, no, I lied. On a 6, a 5 to a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It shoots up into the air. A 1, 2, 3, or a 4, it goes north, south, east, or west. 1 is its original target. 2 is north. 3 is south, and 4 is west. Not west. Sorry, east. Yeah. So roll me again.
Okay.
It hits the tree. So basically, Tharavel runs up, hits Thomas, who sort of kind of stumbles backwards, and the fireball just sort of casts out and hits this humongous sort of tree in the in the square, incinerating it and casting it on fire.
Can Galandra cast make water quickly on the tree as a
Better.
reaction? She can see a fireball at a tree, surely.
It's up to her
You
if
might
she
be
wants. It's up to her if she wants to.
Yeah, it's up to her. Just make a
the
suggestion.
people in the area
Sorry goes.
are screaming.
Steel Guard screams to Galandra, goes, "Quick! Cast water on the tree! Put it out!"
To be fair, it's a tree in the middle of a big square,
Yeah.
so it's unlikely to start a raging fire.
It's not about raging fire. The fact of the matter is, the Order of the Morning Stars turned up, and you're setting fire to fucking everything you've gone to, and you're asking for resources and men, and you're setting fire to them. So how do I know that when I give you these men, you're not going to set them on fire just for shits? You've got to make an effort to not set everything on fire. Is my point.
Tharavel runs towards the screaming character still in the building with the doll.
Okay, roll me a dexterity.
Fellowship, can you please heal me?
Oh shit! Ring of Evasion. Does that give me rerolls on?
What was that, Val?
I said I
Or is-
perform lay on hands.
Oh no, it's
on you,
dexterity saves. I'll use the Ring of Fate then.
and
So
I
that's
can
your.
give
You've used
you
it twice.
Yeah, so I've got one left.
Okay.
I think 10 HP
Yeah, you sort of can't. You go in there, you get hit. Sort of, it's you get lightly burned and stuff, but nothing major. You get your way over to the woman who, it's not a doll, it's a child. She's holding the child. And she's crying.
I run after Tharavel to try and assist him, and promptly get myself kicked.
Yeah, you run in. Fucking hell, Lance.
Val,
Runs into a trap.
Yeah.
I'm literally just about to heal everybody before everyone run off. in
Yeah,
different
you're just
directions.
you're gonna take damage again. You're gonna. Are you?
This I'm consistent.
Are you? Wait a minute. You're down again because you haven't healed.
No,
You're
Literally,
I reacted.
I've
Yeah.
literally got casting what level up on my screen. Like I was gonna cast everybody in like an AoE heal before everyone.
All right,
fucked
so
off.
Lance is down again. So Lance sort of comes in, gets hit by the sort of falling debris, and is now down in the burning building again.
Right, okay, Val, did you heal me?
Yes, you've regained 10 HP from lay on hands.
Okay, cool. Draken jogs back in.
Roll me a dexterity.
Okay.
Don't be a crit fail. Don't be a crit fail.
He gets advantage because of his danger sense, but if it's low, Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, brilliant. In his sort of like, because it's so good, he sort of kind of gumps in and he sort of pushes Lance sort of, he sort of sweeps down and sort of knocks Lance out of the way into the sort of kind of the square away from the sort of burning debris, and sort of kind of moves over to where Tharavel and the maid and the child are.
Also, Draken is resistant to fire as well.
So, yep, I'll say with that you lead her out. So you're basically with that dexterity save, you sort of kind of lead her out, as the building starts to sort of kind of it starts to burn. Thomas, what is your reaction to being pushed out of the way?
I'm gonna turn to Tharavel and ask him what the bloody hell he thinks he's doing. The building has to come down. It's evil in there. It can't stay.
Tharavel, running from the flames, steps aside and reveals the woman with the child in her hands. Doesn't say anything and just shakes his head.
And Thomas takes a step back, thinking that Tharavel's just brought a bloody vampire out into the world. Starts preparing another spell.
Oh, he's got PTSD.
Where is everybody? Is everybody in together now?
I'm
Everyone.
on my ass in the courtyard, okay?
Lance is on the ground.
Everyone's
Lance is lying
Is
down
everybody
again.
within 30 feet of me?
Yes, I would say so.
That's fine. It's a prayer healing, so it's up to 6 characters. So 6 is like, I'm not healing all the NPCs, just the 6 of our group that need
You
healing.
get 12 hit points, yeah.
It doesn't include me because I don't need healing.
Yeah.
Or everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. You're back
nice.
up. Lance is back up. Everybody's sort of back to their sort of slightly perkier selves. The little the sort of the maid starts to sob as she sort of cradles this her child in her hands. The child isn't moving.
Fire.
Tharavel stands directly in front of Thomas, so he cannot cast any more spells at them, and shouts to Galandra, "Help that child!"
Do we know that it is a child? And not
Matt.
another.
We're gonna
charm?
cast Insight.
If that thing latches onto my face, I'm killing it with fire.
Yeah,
Right, there we go.
It is a child. Unfortunately, it is a child. It's not breathing. It's looking very sort of
Very dead.
living creature that has no hit points, and the creature becomes stable. The spell. So Galandra sort of kind of walks over and sort of touches it. With that, the baby starts to sort of kind of splutter. You hear a small sort of kind of cry coming from its mouth, and the mother starts weeping. With happiness, this is like, oh, thank you, my boy, and she said, thank you, and she starts sort of hugging the child. And
Okay. The baby at least is definitely not a vampire because the spell will not work on undead.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay. Can we do a healing spell on the lady? In similar theory that if she is hurt, it would work. If she's
What
hurt,
time of day is
but
it?
it doesn't work, she would still be a vampire.
it's sort of early-ish. It's early
I
morning
think
now.
the insight was for both
the
of them,
sun up?
Draken.
Early morning. So it's sort of you're looking
Indian
sort of
Indian
towards
festival.
sort of kind of coming up towards dawn, I guess.
Can I roll an insight to see whether she is like genuine, whether she is just brainwashed by the vampires and she's now going to go on and.
I would have
Please.
thought I would have thought the crit on the Insight would have picked up both. It would have picked up everything.
Yeah,
Is that cool?
She's just a normal being. She's just a normal being. You understand
Okay,
from previous roles, when with your understanding of vampires, is once you kill the main arch vampire in the area, it sort of strips all underlings of their powers, basically. So, if she was, she's not anymore.
So we in the clear.
You are in the
Can
clear.
I approach this woman and give her 10 gold pieces, please?
You can.
And I want to say to her that the Order of the Morning Star protects the citizens of Freya. Fear no more.
Yeah. She sort of looks at you, and she's thank you. I don't know if I deserve this money. I've done unspeakable things. I didn't mean to, but and she starts sort of kind of stuttering, and she's just sort of completely taken back by the whole situation. Her baby nearly dying, whatever she's been through in the house, the kindness of strangers, nearly getting blown up by a wizard.
If I can walk over to stand next to Stillguard, and I say, we can't speak to what you've done before, but I would hope that what you will do moving forward will be to make amends for it.
She says, yes, sir. I will. We will. Some of the other people who were in the house, some of the you notice sort of people with the axes on their hands, the villagers, town people even sort of come round and sort of surround this massive bonfire that has become in the middle of the square.
I saw that coming.
Yeah.
So I'm going to raise my arms to get everyone's attention. And I'm going to say, people, I can understand that this has been a traumatic period for you all, and this evening has been quite disturbing as well. The evil that plagued this town is gone, but obviously it has been here and it has caused you much trauma. If you would wish to start over, we are establishing a keep across the water in, I can't remember which island it's called.
Balon.
In Balon, at Camberford, where we are seeking to encourage people to start again and to build effectively a beacon of light against the corruption and against those that would wish badly upon their fellow man. Should you wish to, we would be happy to welcome you there, to help to rebuild, and to start something that can be the opposite of what this town has been.
Okay. What's that for? What are you doing stone cunning for?
I want to look at the buildings around. Are they made of stone or are they made of wood?
Bit of both.
Right. So I can, with my proficient stone cunning, I can tell how old these buildings are.
How old
roughly
they are?
By the stone. Yeah, roughly by the stone.
Yeah.
So Steelguard wants to kind of make a point that these people have probably lived here for generations, judging by the age of the stone, and I highly doubt they would like to be uprooted by a bonfire in the middle of their town and shifted to somewhere they don't know.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should right them, stop the fire, and give them enough gold to rebuild and re-sow their seeds, and hopefully this corruption never sees them again.
Yeah. You get sort of one of the guardsmen sort of walks over to you, the ones from the gatehouses that you sort of pass through, and he sort of says, we can't leave this place. This is our home. What about the defences of our family? What about the defences of our land? If we all leave for those in Balon, what do our families do? You can't leave this place.
Some people may find that being here will stop them from healing. And that is merely my offer, that rather than they go wandering and become lost, they will know that there's somewhere they can be safe and they will be accepted. I'm not encouraging all of you to leave. I'm simply acknowledging that some of you may be hurt by what you've done and may wish to start over because you can't bear to be here with your reminders of what happened.
Okay,
That is
roll
all.
me a persuasion.
Jack can just look over the crowd and see if anyone seems disappointed or disturbed by the fact that the good guys have won, so to speak.
Why is he swinging
The
his axe?
vampires are no more.
So persuasion. The people are sort of. You've got some of them who are. In fact, I'll just do a contested because the guard. It's an even. Interesting. Okay, so they seem slightly unsure. Some of them are nodding. Some of them are, no, this is our home. We can't leave. What are we to do? The mayor is dead. Who is to lead us? And there seems to be a bit of a ruckus starting because people don't know what's going on. It's like, and who are these people? Why, why are you here? And why is the mayor's house on fire? What has happened?
People, good people. I will contact the order, and I will recommend that they install a guard for the foreseeable future until your town is rebuilt. I cannot speak for any of the adventurers here, but I must say that you must go on to live and raise your children and reinstate another democracy here. That the land is about freedom. You must eat and survive and not be moved from home to home just out of fear. What happened here is a feat of great mercy. We rid the town of the vampires and the corruption that swelled within here, and we will leave you to your peace. The offer is there. Should you never want to remain here and want to start a new life, you can move to Camberford. But be known that Freya will look after you. Should you choose to stay where you live, Freya will provide.
I would say that Thyrid would be he's not. I wouldn't be sure if he'd be happy about Camberford or not because it's taking men and materials away from the front.
Well,
so
yeah, hold on. I haven't been to Camberford yet, so
yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I was basically. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But basically, I want to settle the townspeople into some kind of comfort in the knowledge that the order might not do anything, but I'll send word that there needs to be a tidy up crew.
It's like roll me a persuasion.
Yeah.
Galandra rolls her eyes at the speech that included we.
Who are we?
Basically,
I'll just leave now.
So Thyrid has, in his mind, he's just said this really super epic speech. He's
tumbleweed and a couple of crickets.
Yeah, he said,
they can't be trusted to look after themselves, so he sent for nannies to take over from the last lot of bullies.
You've basically inferred that the way you've sort of spoken it, you've kind of said it, and with all the excitement that's going on, you said it in sort of Dwarvish. You haven't spoken in sort of the common tongue.
Would anybody like a game of plot while we wait?
Yeah, they've just basically heard this really harsh sort of language and this angry dwarf basically shouting at them, and they've all sort of kind of they've all backed off and went. And the guards sort of kind of move forward, and it's just, I think you need to leave. We appreciate everything you've done, but we'll be fine our own. Leave.
Well, I turn to the others and I go, I never said I was a diplomat.
I think we
and
can
then just start leaving.
Draken walks forward, raises his hands in, we are not attacking. We do not mean you harm. Help will come. Do you wish it? Will not stay if does not wanted.
We only came here searching for a friend who we found, and to make our apologies to a fallen comrade, the family of Mika. We will do that on our way out, and we will leave you in peace.
Draken has got Draken just
Scared the crap out of them.
literally adds flames to the fire, so it's the fuel to the
He did-
fire.
I
And
tried.
so-
I tried.
Yeah. Tom doesn't perceive anything. Lance adds
I was
insult.
looking for a well.
Yeah, the guards basically advance on you and lower their spears and go.
Yeah,
I told you to leave this place, travelers.
We turn and leave. We turn. We leave.
Indeed.
We know.
Indeed.
Laravel turns to the woman holding the child, looks at the child to say it's okay, gives a small smirk as the Nook licks some of the soot off the child's face, turns and walks away.
Yeah, the child sort of laughs at the sort of the tickled of the Nook's tongue, and the lady she says to you, she goes to Galandra, she's like, my lady, I am forever in your service. I have no home here. I have no place here. Might I come with you?
Scissor sisters.
I
Galandra's,
have no home. Might I come on you?
Galandra's taken aback. She doesn't often have these types of interactions with folk. She said, I say, if you wish, however, we will, our path is too dangerous when we are adventuring, so your home would be at Camberford if you did wish to follow back.
Yeah, Steelguard just mutters under his breath, it's only dangerous because you fall in your own traps and set fire to everything.
She rolls her eyes because she can actually speak Dwarvish, so she understood everything that he was saying.
Oh shit! I've upset the elf.
She rolls her eyes at the fact that in the speech she said that we defeated vampires, when I clearly think that was the original party.
I helped.
So the lady says, I am in your service. Where you go, I will go. I feel you know, the light you have given my son, and the light you have therefore given me is yours. And
What about your child?
say it again.
What about your child?
Where the child's coming with.
My child comes.
Yeah.
My child
How
comes
old
with
is
me.
your child?
He's
How old is your
he's just a
child?
newborn baby.
Your child is a baby. You need to care for your baby.
And and she says, Master Dragonborn, who am I? I am safer here with you than I would be in this dark place or walking to an unknown land on my own.
An interesting definition of the phrase safe.
If this
Even
is your
worse.
way of giving me a family and then killing them to try and make me cry, it's not going to work.
Is Thomas still sort of raising his hands to try and cast a fireball on them again?
It wasn't going to be a fireball this time. But no, Thomas is now eyeing up the guards and making sure that they're not getting any closer.
I just keep remembering what that fireball did at the siege, and thinking there's an awful lot of people very close together.
So
I'm assuming we're going back to Camber. Like the plan was to go back to Camberford from where we are. Anyway.
well, I don't
Via
know.
Micah's-
Well, bear in mind you know you've now got other things that could potentially be done. So it's up to it's up to yourselves.
I was under the impression that Tharavel was going to accompany the knight to Mika's family.
Yeah, Sir Tristan throughout this whole thing is looking quite impatient and starts to sort of he just sort of looks at Tharaval and says, doesn't even say anything, he just sort of nods his head and starts walking off towards walking north.
Tharaval turns to the group and says, I believe this is where we may part ways. Nods to the rest of the group. Looks at the woman and the child and say, we will see you again. And then walks after Sir Tristan.
So they're walking north.
Turn to Stilgard and say, if you want to see what we're doing at Camberford, then I guess that's where we'll be going next. Since we've outstayed our welcome here. Do you wish to accompany
people are
us?
far too sensitive these days anyway. To come before.
Okay, so Tharval and Tristan are walking north on their own. You guys are, I guess, walking north as well, because that's going to take you towards the port town.
Getting Muleblemmer.
Yeah, picking out Mulebrenner, who is... I'm not going to be a bastard and say he was killed by killed by vampires.
This entire continent will be wiped out.
He was in the stables, he's very happy to see you.
Give him the down. Jack
Not
gives him
me!
the down.
Fireball him, Thomas!
And
Don't
have
need to be
lost
so
on.
hasty.
And basically, he gets his old axe out from the saddle.
Yeah.
The original axe he had.
Yeah, something about
Six.
the old axe feels right. It's like it's like an old friend has come
And
back.
it's not trying to talk to you.
Give it time. Puts the axe over his back, and just leads Mulebrenner out. Joins
A
the
fine
others.
axe, Dragonborn, and an even finer ass.
Okay. Thomas and
Is that the I'll say?
Thomas and Val. We'll say Val. What are you up to? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm just gonna follow the rest of the group.
Right. I want you to bear in mind the what you read in the notebook as well.
Oh, yeah, the notebook. Honestly, I'm not with it today.
So basically, the notebook gives you locations to the. It gives you a location of Micah's farm and the mention of a witch.
And the witch is near Micah's farm, right?
The witch is, from all intents and purposes, at Micah's farm.
Okay, well, I guess I'll be heading that way then.
Tharaval is not aware of this, obviously, because he's only read the bit that's in Thieves'
Sorry?
Camp, and nobody else.
No, you do, because it says that it was the farm
right, okay.
where with it says basically the Dumfries farm, with that damn witch.
Ah, okay.
More related
So-
to Micah.
So obviously, me and Draken were kind of busy getting the crap kicked out of us at the time. So I'm going to turn to Val and say, "Where are you going?"
I'm following Sir Tristan and Farival to the Dumfries farm.
Okay, that's unusual. Can I ask why?
Personal matter and a little bit of curiosity.
Is it a personal matter you need help with?
Potentially. Who knows? You're more than welcome to accompany me.
Friends, shall we make this a small diversion and make sure that our colleagues survive whatever's waiting for them in one piece? Since every single time we try and do something, good so far, someone seems to try and drop a continent on us.
Fine with me.
Jeevish.
Not splitting the party seems the best option.
Yes.
The sort of the maid, you can give her whatever name you wish to give her.
I ain't naming her.
Maid Marion.
I fuck naming an NPC? We've learnt where that takes us.
Interesting.
Marion.
She's going to be called.
Marion.
Marion.
She's going to be called.
We could be a merry men.
She's
What
going
was
to
the
be
name of the main female, like general mayor character from the
Athea.
Alethea.
Athea.
Call the child Athea.
She's going to be called Amber. She's called Amber.
Oh. Marion.
That's a nice name.
She's called Amber. She's called Amber, and she looked the little boy. And she she looks at Galandra, and she says, "For naming my child, for saving my child, I would name him after you. I appreciate you are a female, so I will call him."
An idea.
Gallard.
Yeah.
Solden.
No, I will call him Galahad.
Nice.
Sir Galahad.
I'll call it Galahad.
Landra nods.
So it's Amber and Galahad are the are your sort of little mini retinue.
Oh, cannon fodder. Thanks.
God, if you start throwing children into traps and stuff, you're getting turned into evil and banished from the party. Strong name, says Oon, 1985.
With a large blunt banisher.
Let me see. I need to write these down. Can somebody write them down until I find my notebook? Can you just write those names? Just write those names down.
So Amber was the woman's name, yeah.
And Galahad is the little boy.
Okay.
Okay, so you are all going towards the farm then.
Seems that way.
Tharid, what's your take on this?
To the farm.
Right.
I want to run up to the front as well, where Tharaval is, and just mention. I've seen many things. I've seen many honourable races, and although there are tensions between them, your actions today are honourable, and it's hard for me to compliment an elf, but you know where this goes. Good job, etc.
As he ran past the group, Galandra pats him on the head as he runs forwards.
And we're straight back to not liking the elves.
Oh, you're going to regret this.
Tharaval blushes and smirks.
Okay, so you sort of make your way.
Silly, playful, nudist elf.
So you sort of make your way out of the town. The fires, you can see sort of the townspeople running around, sort of trying to sort of kind of put it out. You have Thomas is there with his sort of flying disc. The Amber is slightly cautious. Well, not cautious. She's actively trying to stay away from Thomas at this moment in time. As you sort of leave.
Can I just be a bitch and just interject that floating disc thing? I think was only like an hour-long spell, so we are gonna have to carry this chest at some point.
We have a mule Brenner.
Yeah. You would say you strap it to the mule Brenner, I guess. Yeah.
That's fine. I just want to carry on walking, and all of a sudden it's like a thud, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You're just afraid you'll be on your foot.
As you're sort of kind of leaving, the mansion collapses, and you hear, as the sun rises, at the sort of at the crescendo of the fire, this sort of howl comes from the mansion. As it does,
we should have burnt it down.
As it does, the Thomas's Ogma's balance starts to vibrate as this sort of kind of shooting sort of spectral smoky stuff sort of kind of goes into the sort of kind of the chamber in the Ogma's balance. Are you aware of what balances you have on that, by the way, Thomas?
Yeah, there were 2 of each.
Yeah, so you've now got a third on the dark side.
Steelguard is taken back, and he looks at Thomas and he goes, "Are you going to explain that, wizard?"
It was a gift from a god. He understood my struggles with the corruption and the fighting, and he gave me this as a gift to aid me in our struggles against It has a light and a dark side, as do most of us. The trick is to keep it in balance and to make sure that one side is not overloaded. At the moment, I fear that it has just overloaded, or the scales have tipped slightly.
Now you can use you can use Ogma's balance on its own. Each side has its own power. So each the dark side, the light sides, they have their own powers that works. Or you can use up sort of 2 slots effectively for a balanced thing. So it's up to you, what you use and stuff. They all have effects. It's just there may be side effects depending on what you use, basically.
Yeah. So it has been entrusted to me, and I intend to use it as to the best of my abilities.
Okay, what was that roll for?
That was me drinking a couple of my minor healing potions.
All right. Okay. All right. So you move forth. Like you said, as the sort of the mansion sort of collapses, and the Ogma's reach. Ogma's balance sort of absorbs the essence. The sun sort of rises in front of you as you sort of kind of leave this town. The townspeople will see this silhouette of people who have seemingly just burnt their town down and leaving under the sunset as you sort of kind of walk up north. You get sort of through these fields. It's quite idyllic. There's crops in the field. There's birds singing. It all seems quite normal. You start moving to the where's it going to be, in fact, to the northeast, sort of northwest of the map, to this bit here.
I'm guessing it's that little farm over by the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, wrong. That's northeast.
Yeah. So this is it's sort of a, you sort of make your way, as you get closer, the fields seem slightly untilled and a bit more unkempt as you sort of get closer to the farm. The farm is in great disrepair. It's it once was probably quite a grand looking farm building, but now has seen better days. There's some wild sort of animals, a few chickens and things running around the place. Nothing of sort of any huge note. It just looks like an old farm.
Tharavel turns to Sir Tristan and says, "I believe this is the place."
Aye. It seems like it has better days. It's seen better days. He looks down at the letter in his hand, with Micah's blood still on it, and sort of looks up at the sort of front door of the farm, and he sort of kind of walks forward, with a sort of with a breath of apprehension, of sadness, of kind of relief in a way that he feels like maybe his quest is fulfilled, and he knocks on the door of the farm. An old lady opens the door. She looks like she's not very old, but it looks like she's been aged through stress, through worry. She's
Older than her years. Yeah?
she's older than her years, and she looks at the knight in front of her, and she's like, can I help you, Sir Knight? Sir Tristan coughs and struggles to sort of get his words, and he's just holding the letter, and it's the first time you've seen him sort of maybe not being able to sort of say what he feels or say what he wants to say, and he hands her the letter, and she sort of kind of looks at him. She takes the letter from his hand. After a few moments, she falls to her knees and starts to cry.
I'm gonna cry soon. Stop this.
She falls to her knees and she starts to cry.
What are you doing?
Trying to catch her, I'm assuming.
The dwarf's doing cartwheels in
she's
the
an old
background.
lady. She's an old lady. She's gonna get hurt, and plus I'm small, so I could just catch her.
Inceptor.
So she
I
just
just want to kind of. She's obviously just taken an emotional hit. I'd rather she didn't take a physical one as well.
so the husband, an older man, sort of kind of walks out, and she's
He sees his wife in the arms of the dwarf.
yeah, she sees
A handsome dwarf.
yeah, she sees he says, my dear, what is the matter? What is the matter? Who are these people? She just sort of, she's inconsolable. She's very upset. And
Can I just quickly say to the man, apologies, my good sir, and I gently place her to her knees rather than letting her fall, and just take a step back and just go behind Tristan. So apologies for the intrusion.
And
my man.
he takes the letter. God, I'm cracking myself up now.
I can hear it as well.
Yeah, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, so he takes the letter, and he sort of looks at it, and he's like, oh God, I can't say it.
We're here for you, Matt.
This
can do
session
this.
is totes emotion.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. I'm starting to
The,
go down.
the music in the background is not helping.
Yeah, it's fucking.
I can't hear any music.
You guys have music?
Yeah, there's music. There's music playing in the thing. So it's
Very somber sort of melody going in the background.
yeah, it's sending me under ever so slightly. Okay, so I might skip over some of it. I just sort of like he says, he looks.
What does he say?
He looks at sort of Sir Tristan and says, "Did he die well?" And Sir Tristan can't answer. And he looks at Tharaval.
Is it bad that I can't remember how he died?
Is it bad? It's unsurprising.
Which one you want?
Your son died a hero's death. He on the eve before battle, we could see the fear in his eyes, knowing what we were going into. Despite all that, he stood next to his fellow soldiers, his fellow comrades. He fought to the end, and he'll be remembered.
And he made a difference.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
Yep. So the father says, then it was worth it. All of this has been worth it. And he sort of kneels down. Oh, fucking hell.
You should be proud of your son.
Yeah, he kneels down beside his wife and consoles her at the loss of their son. As the sun rises above their house.
I'm assuming Tristan hands over money and
Yeah, he turns to me. He says, "I was there at his last moment. His thoughts were for you both. He bade me give you this letter, and to make sure you were safe. It is my oath that I will protect you, for what it's worth, for the rest of your days. Should you need me, I will be here."
One question. Did Micah not have a wife and a newborn child?
Did he?
I think he did.
Oh shit.
I will protect you, but they can fuck off.
I'm assuming that you didn't remember, but I'm pretty sure he did.
No.
And I was panicking that was who Amber and Galahad were going to be.
Yeah, well, they are now. They are now.
Oh, Mike, you keep doing it to yourself, man.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like that idea, but it literally just popped into my head. It's like, where's the wife and the son?
I fully forgot. He
Maybe they forgot because they were.
he said because the wife. Sorry, so Amber and Galahad. So Amber sort of moves forward and says, "What? Why?
Why are we here?
Why are we here?" And the father, sort of Micah's father, says, my dear girl, you must be distraught. You have my sympathy. Is that our grandson?" And she's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" He's just like, "Do you not know? Have you not read the letter?" And she's like, "No." It's like, Micah is dead. And she's like, that can't be. He only left yesterday. No, my dear, he did not leave yesterday. He's been gone for months. We haven't seen you in months. He died at the Battle of Silkside. She then drops to her knees and starts crying. The baby starts crying. The father sort of...
The DM starts crying.
The DM starts crying. Why am I doing this? Am I doing this to myself?
Can I take a step to the old man?
Yeah.
And put my hand, not on his shoulder because he's well big, but on his hip or something, and just say, "My man, if you raise your grandson the way you raised your son by the stories, I will happily meet him side by side on the battlefield one day, and I will die an honourable death to drink with him in the next life." Any dwarf would be lucky. And then I just walk away.
Yep.
Because that's how dwarves are.
That's
as nice as it's going to
get. He nods, and Master Dwarf, you honour me. You honour my family. And he says, "My dear," he turns back to Amber and he says, like, "My dear, we can try and look after you. You have a home here if you want. But we have been, with Micah gone, and whatever darkness had hit this town, we have nothing left. That bastard, what was the name of the thief again?
Oh, sorry, Makvar. I got it wrong the first time.
Yeah, that bastard Makvar has taken nearly everything that we own, and we were to leave this place anyway.
Have the rest of the party like arrived? Or...
Yeah,
we're
everybody's-
there, we're just
every-
hanging out.
We're all standing around watching Iron Man die, basically.
So he's saying they were going to leave anyway. Yep.
Yes, you're gonna leave anyway. It's just like there's now. We only stayed because we were waiting for Micah to come home.
Cue Lance's recruitment speech.
No, it's all I was going to say was, I can't. He was a comrade of ours, and you are family. By that, and so we are establishing a post at Camberford, and you will always be welcome there. Should you wish to come and start building something new, and to help us to establish and break ground on new farms, and
Could they be expecting payment for his death?
well, they got payment.
What?
That was
Wait,
hands over.
Oh,
Yeah, Tristan gave them a big chunk of that stuff in
Yeah.
the room, didn't
And basically, there's compensation for the money that they've been taxed by Macvar. So,
Yeah.
Should you wish to stay and rebuild, and to turn this farm into the glory that it once was.
sorry for interrupting.
God
But,
damn
yeah.
it! Bloody paladin.
So good sir, you have two options really. You are, of course, it would be fully understandable if you wish to stay here and start over. But if you wish to start afresh somewhere else, then you will always have a place waiting for you, and we would be honoured to have you help us to build something new.
Val, give me a perception check.
What if I don't want to perceive?
You don't get to choose.
She's like already bawling her eyes out. If she is like my character's like, oh, fuck. Alright, I'm shit. I don't recognise her.
Yeah. No, you don't. It's not that. But you actually.
Old lady.
No, you don't see anything. The rest of you, if you want to throw me a perception checks.
No.
Oh
I
god,
saw
there's a
that.
lot of
Shit.
crits there.
God.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. So
So we're all choked up with emotion.
yeah, everybody's sort of like, Galandra's sort of steely, hard exterior is slightly cracking with all these sort of kind of emotional goings on, and isn't really sort of, as much as she's trying to keep herself together, with, she's got, memories of her family, having her father in her arms, after his death, sort of coming back to, so her view on things is slightly diminished. Whereas Draken, why dog? At this moment in time, literally, when you want to sort of do something,
The dog's getting upset at the story as well.
yeah, the dog's sitting there going, just give me one. I'm gonna have to do, because he's gonna sit here and he's gonna bark the whole way through it. Give me 1 minute while I fire him outside.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, probably the only way he gets Galandra to show emotion is by a crit fail.
That's say a lot.
Heart of stone, Danny. Heart of stone.
I wonder if the dwarf's like racial skill will be able to make him tell how old Galandra is.
Right. Okay. So Draken, I'll say you notice it. So you notice, and Thard as well. You both notice a hooded figure watching from the trees as the family are everybody's surrounded. As you kind of clock the figure. What are you trying to insight on?
I just wanted to see if I got an evil, like a tingling on my back of my neck, or like an eerie.
Yeah, you need to
Peter
tell me
Tingle.
what you're doing before you roll a dice. By the way, so you need to say what you're doing. Don't just roll a dice, because I don't know what you're
My
rolling
bad.
for. Yeah, so tell me what you're doing and then roll a dice, because I need to know.
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
no problem. Yeah, no, cool. That's cool.
Okay, so yeah, you're not getting anything from it. You just see a person who slowly turns their back and starts walking off into the forest. The family, they sort of, the mother is holding Amber, and they're both sort of coddling the child. The father's standing there and says, "There is nothing more for us here. Micah, we'll be closer to Micah if we go with you. You can show us where he died." And
It would be our honour.
and they say, if you give us a few moments, we may say goodbye and say our goodbyes to our friend and pack our stuff and leave.
Of course.
Can I pull Tristan to one side?
Yeah, you can do.
Just away from ears, the ears of the grieving.
Yep.
And just ask, do you know of anyone else who owns these fields, these woodlands? Sinister, darker figure.
So Tristan's not from this area, so he doesn't know.
So he's basically on oath from the dead kid about.
Yeah, he's there to protect the family.
So he's never been to that. Okay,
he's
no problem.
been
Sorry,
there.
I thought he was there for the family because of the family. So I thought
he's not been there.
Well, forget this ever happened.
He's only came here because characters Tharval started to try and name people.
Yeah, unfortunately, Michael named some characters in his speech before the battle, and I was like, "Ooh, interesting, named characters."
It adds some emotion. Apart from Danny, Danny just doesn't get it. Danny's
Well,
just
you've made the DM cry.
Yeah, well, DM made the DM cry. Fucking hell, man.
Danny's just wondering about the large horde of people that we are now traipsing around with. We are no longer. If we try and be in stealth now, that's just not happening.
You do have a bit of a caravan of people at this moment in time. Okay, so
eight people on one mule.
Amber Ford's going to be cramped.
Yeah. So what is the story here then? What is?
I think at this point we've achieved what we came for. We found Tristan. We helped him find what happened to Mega. We got the living crap kicked out of us. I think it's time for us to go home and check up on Camberford, take our new friends with us, and to try and make our case for assistance from the Order.
I think we should have a rest first.
And a well-earned rest.
Yes.
Can I investigate the tree with the figure we're standing by, please?
Yeah. So if he wants to do that, we can have a rest at the farm while they prepare their stuff before we move onwards.
Okay. Yeah. So Tharid walks over towards where they saw the figure walking toward through the trees. Do you want to give me a survival check there, Tharid?
Boosh.
No, you don't.
Medium boosh.
You don't really notice anything untoward. Who else saw? Draken, you saw the figure, and Thomas, you saw the figure.
Did I see the figure? I got a 15. No?
Yeah, go on then. We'll see. Tharval, I'll say you got it as well. Survival. Draken, Draken and Tharval, you sort of notice, certain tracks leading through the forest.
Can I ask, just before any decisions are made, would Val come and stand near this tree with the rest of us?
Say it again.
No one said what they've seen.
Yeah, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
Dave just walked off into the distance with a bunch of trees.
It just disappeared into the trees.
Everyone's just walking off. Valishul's not seen anything. She's like, must be picking plants. I don't know. Trying to find some of them herbs in the book.
Yeah. Would you mind looking at this, coming in and standing over here, Val? You don't have to, but.
I'm quite alright where I am. No, he didn't say that. He comes over and joins. I can't say that name.
Do you feel anything?
Tharid.
Do
do I feel anything?
Do you feel any change in emotion?
Yeah, bear in mind,
at
Third,
all?
you won't understand. You don't know who Val is. You don't know very much about him. You don't know, why would you be asking him for feelings and stuff like that? You don't know who he is. Yeah,
well, I was under the understanding. This is probably a conversation just for me and you, Matthew. But I might be under a misunderstanding of my knowledge from the Order.
You don't. You're not gonna. You've sort of.
So
you've
sort of
tracked
saying
him.
is I don't know who he is now.
Well, you don't. You know about a letter. You know that you've sort of tracked these adventurers to this position. You're not going to know very much about. Val came in after the letter was sent, I think. When did you send the letter, Lance? Was it prior to the battle or after the battle?
I think it was after the battle.
Yeah, when we got given the fort.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay, it's my mistake. I thought I knew who he was from the Order. If I don't, I don't. Fair enough. No problem. Okay, I didn't ask that then.
Yeah, it's just like as in, even if you did know, you sort of kind of aware. You would be aware that there's adventurers. You're not going to personally know them or understand their powers or what they may or may not be able to do and stuff without any sort of time with them to understand who they are and stuff. As far as you're aware, he's just another soldier. He's wearing plate mail. He's got weird black eyes and stuff. You may understand.
Gold, all right.
Gold eyes, yeah. Sorry. To be honest, you may know that he's Asmari. Is it Asmari? Asamar. Yeah, Asamar. Yeah. So you might because you'll probably have seen his ilk in the battles in down south.
Yeah.
So you can kind of you can maybe grasp it from that, I guess, that he's got sort of some sort of extra perception on these sort of things. So yeah, okay, if you go in that angle, I'm working on it.
Use divine sense.
Yeah. Okay, give me a divine sense. Strong percent strong even than like an X's node or powerful. You don't it's not evil. You sense something. It's like there is darkness there, but it seems dormant. It's not like when you're used to feeling these things. It's this horrid, pungent, stings the nostrils sort of, smell. It feels like pure gasoline. It smells like Bigfoot's dick. It's proper offensive to you. Whereas this, there's something about it. It's not. It doesn't offend. It's like you get this sort of feeling of familiarity, but with this odd sort of aftertaste that doesn't sit right with you.
A niggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not entirely bad, but it's not entirely good either.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Other.
Yeah, neutral. Neutral with a little bit of darkness. Yeah, so what Matt just said, I will relay that information.
Interesting.
Tharavel gently speaks up to the old couple at the farm, and says, "Is your friend near us now? There appears to be a hooded figure over by those trees. Do you know of them?"
And they say, she saved Anthony's life, and that's the name of the father. He was to die a season ago, and she came into the town and healed him. we gave her board, and now and again would come through the trees and provide potions and balms for his illnesses. We felt like she was watching over us, but it would seem she is gone.
I believe there is still somebody watching over you. Tharavel follows the tracks out the direction that they lead.
Right. Okay.
Steel guard in tow.
Right. Okay. Because I haven't got the map up for that part yet. It's in my file. We'll leave it. We'll leave it there. I think we'll leave that sort of slightly emotional thing.
So, have we rested by this point, or are we?
Yeah, we'll say
maybe we can camp before we follow the tracks.
Yeah,
we can do that.
So you can set camp down. Well, they're sort of basically packing up their belongings. They're putting it on sort of what sort of cart animals they have. So
if we help them pack up and kick them out, we can set the mansion on fire and camp there.
We can set the farm on fire.
Yeah.
Don't tempt Dave.
That's how we'll find the witch of the woods. We'll just set it all on fire.
Yeah. So
I'm coming for you, mummy.
Mommy, mommy, mama, mum. Hi.
Oh no.
So yeah, we'll leave it there then.
Danny, your mic's not on.
I wonder why nobody was fucking speaking when I was talking.
No, that's not because of the mic.
But
your mic wasn't on.
Wait till you come out that kitchen, I swear to God.
So,
big threats, you're pregnant, I run faster than you.
Is Tom going to be a continuous Thursday character now?
Tharid is, for the time being, a Thursday character.
Nice. Cool.
Happy Thursdays, guys.
Lord.
He was.
So you guys get Steel Guard on Thursday. Danny gets Steel Guard all week.
Now you've taken my backup character. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
I know.
You were never going. Sorry, but you were never going to do Steel Guard justice. Just quit that idea. Divorce me. Come on, let's have a domestic over this. Make it happen.
Okay, yeah. So we'll leave it there. You can have a rest. And they're packing up stuff. You can do stuff around the camp. Not the camp. The homestead to sort of help out. Do a bit of reconnoitering into the forest if you want. And then obviously
I start ploughing some fields.
Yeah, you can plough some fields. You can do some farming simulator there if you want. And
yeah, loving it.
And then on next week, we can carry on with a slightly less emotional. Well, I didn't even intend it to be that emotional. I just sort of got myself into a sort of kind of place where it became very emotional. And because I put that music on, it was like,
yeah, it wasn't doing me any favors either. I was just like,
Yeah, but then Mike's like, but didn't he have a wife and child?
Yeah, it's just like, oh no.
I can't. Well, the thing was, I knew he did have a wife and child, and I was like, right, I could just not bring this up. But one part of me wanted it to be complete, and two, I just wanted to add to the emotion as well. I was like, yes, let's fuel this fire.
Matt's there, just like a melted blubbering mess.
Yeah, man, it's just like.
Well, Danny just sits there going, and this is all you've got.
Thing is, though, like this is tame. I've got some pretty fucking. I got some fucked up shit I kind of want to do, and I just like I can't even hold this together. Say it again.
If you've got that on your shoulder, you're gonna have some fucked up shit waiting for you.
So, am I going to deal? Well, the thing is, now he's a part of the party. He's not going to be party to the.
He knows a lot. I don't quite understand how this is going to work.
No. He knows about one of the bad guys, but you know about the bad guy, so you know about Therambor. So that's pretty much what he knows. He doesn't know what's happening or what's going to happen and stuff. So you know as much as him, pretty much now. So.
That means I don't have to grab him by the ankles and shake him until he tells us.
Yeah. But yeah, you can have a bit of chat. I'll add him to the. Oh, he can chat in the thing now. So I'll add him to the group. I can add him to the Discord RP chat, so you can sort of interrogate each other. Discuss, find out, how much, money and stuff you've got. Do whatever you need to do around the homestead. Do some sort of, straightforward tracking and stuff into the forest, I guess, if you want to. And yeah, we'll leave it there. So yeah.
No inspiration now.
No, nobody's really done anything sort of
Fuck you.
overly inspiring.
Reading all the
To be
stuff.
honest, inspiration point for Matt for crying on stream.
You are an inspiration.
I'm an
Depression points.
Yeah, depression points. Like seriously, man, if I can't get through that, I have no idea I'm going to get through some of this other stuff. It's just like,
Apparently badly.
yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to put on some different music or something next time because it's just gonna fucking eat me up.
We'll just hear Matt like giving a really emotional speech and Dragon Force through the fire and the flame in the background.
Yeah.
I just had these visions of him getting to the point where he pre-records it just in case.
Yeah.
And he gets to the point where he
I
starts
might
running,
have.
he just
I might
pushes the
have to
button.
do that, because I'm just like, yeah, because I had other
Because
things I
you're an
wanted.
emotional mess.
I had other things I wanted to say, but I was just like, I can't. I can barely keep this together, let alone that. So I just.
I noticed, and you were like, okay, yeah, so looks at Tharaval, and I was like, oh, fuck, no, I have to do this. I was like, I don't want to do this.
He has visions of Matt starting to blub, pushing a button. You hear emergency protocol number 30.
But yeah, cool. So that's the Ballad of Micah, I guess. That's it. Sir Tristan's done his thing. And yeah, there we go. Okay, ladies and gents. So yeah, new surprise, new character on board.
New settlers,
New settlers.
new
A
garden instructor for the camp forward.
yeah, a new a strange figure in the forest, and
Would you
that's
say
it.
bodily presence?
Yeah, a DM who just about held his shit together. So yeah,
It's been a bit of a month.
You
though,
did
to be fair.
fine, Matt. I'm proud of you.
yeah. Oh, it's just like, oh fucking hell.
I think you need to order yourself a box of donuts to reward yourself for that.
Oh man, I had a whole thing of ice cream.
Oh, don't,
there.
man. I had them donuts that Thursday night and I was shitting for a week. I'm not doing that again. Jesus Christ.
I had like 5 of them and I was fine. So
Yeah, but you're like, you've got
You've
a
got-
tolerance for really
you've-
shit food.
Yeah,
It's
you've
like,
got
I'll eat it.
a heart of stone and a stomach of lead.
Honestly, Danny goes through, like, when you're pregnant, you go through sweets like no man's business. She got 9 donuts and had 5. I had 1. No, I didn't. I had 2, didn't I? I had 2. Yeah, that's bad maths. That's really bad maths.
Cool. All right, ladies and gents. I appreciate all the views and people watching and joining in. As always, the Discord has all the role-playing chat. So if you want to see what's happening in downtime, it's generally quite good, to be fair. The story about Val's mother is quite good. So that nearly sparked off Dave, I think, at the weekend. So it's have it a read, give it a read, check the Discord out.
Matt's just determined to make every single one of us cry.
I'm going to.
That's
One
what
day,
it is,
gonna
isn't it?
get it.
He's
Gonna
got,
get
he's
it.
got like
Justice.
he's got a whiteboard.
Your mic's off.
It's gonna.
You've got a whiteboard, haven't you? You're just ticking this off.
I'm
As he
currently.
guesses.
It's just Matt again.
Yeah.
Matt. It's like Matt.
One tick next to everyone except for Matt, where it's like 15 ticks.
Yeah, it's just like Matt. He's just winding himself up. Okay, so yeah, for tonight, I've been Matt Geary. With me has been Danny as Galandra Rivenstar,
hey guys.
Michael as Tharaval,
Night, guys.
Wes as Valashil Nostius,
Good night, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar,
I really wanted to blow that mansion up.
Mark as Lance, Pete as Draken,
Feature.
and Tom as Tharad Steelguard.
Lieutenant Steelguard.
Night all. Bye.